Hello there guys, welcome back to yet another video. For this one we're going to look at how you customize your login page to look something like this. So we want to have something that looks similar to this. So what you're going to do is just go straight ahead to the coding, and it's very straightforward. So I'm going to open a new project. So this is an old project I had, so I'm just going to close this and open a new project. Just close all of this, and there we go. So I'm going to publish this, and another thing I'm going to do is I can open this inside my project folder. Just grab the frontend and put it in your code editor, your favorite code editor. So my code editor is this code editor called Cursor, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do like some basics, right? So if I publish this and I open it up in my browser here, this is now the original login page you get from radsystems, right? But now we want to kind of change that. So there are two files that we are going to be focusing on, and the first file that we are interested in right now is this particular file here, right? So I'm going to be using ChatGPT for so I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT for this, and yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to copy this, but actually I don't even think we need ChatGPT for this one, but let's just go ahead and look at what we need. So I'm going to go to radsystems here, and I'm going to first prepare this page for usage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to radsystems, page design, and I want to go to the index page here. First thing I'm going to do is remove this top this custom view here. Let me remove this, delete that, and you can publish, and you should see your changes. So I've removed that. The next thing I'm going to do is come here and check where they say wrapped in card. I'm going to say I don't want that to be wrapped in a card. Right, so this should by default kind of remove that card, but it seems like that is not working. Alright, so that is sorted. This other one, let's see if we can remove it from inside the card. Publish that. That one got removed from the card, so there's still an issue with that. So apparently that's a bug with radsystems, but we're going to fix that, but because we don't really need it. Now that we are ready with this particular page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to project settings, and I'm going to look for that file called index.view, right? So we need to remove this. Just remove it so that it don't get published every time. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go to our code editor, and you're going to navigate to frontend, source, pages. So inside the pages we should get the index file, and we are going to look for index.view file. So now this is where we are going to do all our customizations, right? So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to say I want to add some files here, right? So let me come to where we have the card, and I want to completely remove that card there. So now you notice the card disappears. Now we need to have an image here at the top. So first thing we are going to do before we even remove this from generation, let's just return it. We need to have a new section at the top here. So I'm going to create a new section, and I'm going to drag and drop this custom view here, right? So this custom view, this is where we're going to put the image. Image goes here, right? So publish that. Okay, so image goes here. We now want to center that image. We want to center it at the center here. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here, and you're going to say container, and also we want to make this container, so you can publish that so that it kind of fits in there. I'm going to change this column from on a small device I want it to be 12, or on a medium device I want this to be 6. So there you go, it fits in just fine. Now another thing I'm going to do is I want to put in the styling here. Let's say dot center div. So I'm going to just say cd center div, and let's just have that empty there, but I'm going to make this scoped. So just say scoped like that and publish. Alright, another thing we need to do is we need to ensure that the this text is centered here, so we can do justify content center like that and publish. I think that should do it, but it seems like that is not doing it. So what I can do is I can say text center here just to confirm. Yep, so we have the text in the middle there. So now the image goes there so that we are sure of, and let's just confirm that we have the CSS here, right? So we have the CSS here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and use AI here and tell it write code, right CSS code to center a div in the middle of the screen. Man, I don't like CSS at all, but yep, let's see what it does. CSS absolute transform translate. All right, okay, so this height we are going to play around with it a little bit, but let's just paste this in here, close that. Now at the top of our code here where we have this main, we can now put that class called cd here, and let's see if we can is it cd or we need a new one called div. So we can add a new one called div class is equals to cd, right? And then we can close it right before we close the main there. So this apparently should just center the div, but it seems like it's not doing it because we wrote the wrong code there like that. And yeah, we should have the div centered here like that. Now what we need to do is we need to increase the height, the width. Let's make the width 700 and let's make the height 700 also. There you go. So you have your stuff appearing there. So if you'd like, you can make the width 100% based on how you want it to look like. It's really up to you. So if you use it like 100%, you get it like this. Now what we need to do now is I'm just going to copy this code and do paste it in our radsystems where we have our custom JavaScript. Paste it there, and now we can publish the project and go to project settings and uncheck this. We are no longer going to be coming back there. So you can save your project and publish, right? Now what we are going to do next is I want to now add that div class which we just we were supposed to create in the previous video, but I don't know if we can make this the main. Let me see if we can make the main centered. Yeah, we can use main instead of creating a new one. So let's center that main there and remove the card or the container here. So what I can do is just come here and remove the container like this. There you go. So we have those looking like that. And another thing I can do is maybe I can put some margins inside these particular form fields or whatever they are called. So in here I can do maybe margin bottom. Let's do margin bottom, make it 2, I think, or 4. Let me see which works. Yep, just make it 4, and then here I can just do padding 3. Yep, so let it look something like that. Now what I'm going to do next is you can also put padding inside these text inputs. Actually, you can come here and do p3 so that it kind of becomes bigger. On the password now, it's a little bit different now, so you can just do it in the input class and say p3. There you go. So they look a little bit bigger, and also you can make the button also of padding 3 by doing p3, something like that. Okay, so now that we have this, I don't want the icon on this login button. I don't really like the icon. You can remove it. And this register, we can change it from a button to a text. So what I can do is I can go to where we have this button here and just put a text. Let's say span. All right, let's say register or sign up, right? Div. Sorry, it's supposed to be a span, right? So now that we have that, you can add a class and maybe say I want it to be font bold or medium, and then can be text Excel, and then you can give it whichever color you like, but that's generally it. Another thing you can do is you can even change this button fully to be completely different. Like it doesn't even have to be a button anymore. So what I can do is I can you can just come here and you can change this the color of this and change it completely different. So let me just demo this. Let me see if we can do that. Just to confirm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't try that at home. Don't try that. But you can try and change it to be maybe BG, maybe say service 50. Let's make it service 50. The background, and let's say the text should be black. No, let's just do text 600 like that, and let's say border 1. Let's do surface border like that. Great. So now we have that button looking something like that. Okay, so now another thing you can do is if you need to change the color of these input fields, you can also do it on the input here, the input class, where you have the class. You can do the background should be service 50, just like we had this other one here. There you go. And also for this, you can also do it on the input class. So you notice for the password, we are not doing it in the class here. We are doing it in something called input class. That's because of the framework we're using here. So there are so many things you can do. You can even wrap this whole thing inside a card by doing something like this main. You can even give it a border. You can say border 1. There's so many things you can do with it. Give it a border there, but that is too far. So what you can do, maybe on this form where we had this card, you can do border 1 like this. Okay, so that should give it something just fine. Then you can say padding should be maybe 3. Then maybe say border round like that, and then you can say service border, so that it kind of blends in, right? So it's really up to you to decide where you want to add it from. Like if you notice like this is too small, you can even put it in the container or the section here. So wherever you put it is going to kind of determine how far it stretches. So just look for the right place that you can put it in, and yeah, you can put it there. You can put it on this grid. So it's really up to you to decide which one looks better for you, but normally you just put it inside this column here. So this should have your card looking like this. Great. Now here at the top, we now need to add the image. So what you can do is I'm now going to go to app.view so that I can copy this image here. So I'm going to go to app.view and I want to get this logo here. So copy the logo. You can also get the logo and the name of the website. So this name is global, it will be anywhere. So come back here, and where we have that image goes here, we want to now transfer this image to go there. There you go. So now when you come here, you now notice we have this. So what you're going to do is let us design it a little bit. So I'm going to change a few things. I'm going to come here and say class is equals to, oh sorry, we already have a class, so we cannot repeat. So we're going to come here, and I want it to be circle. So I'm going to say border circle, something like that. Then what I can do is I can change the height. So I can say style is equals to max height. Let's make it 200 pixels, right? Yeah, we can have 200, or maybe make it 150. I don't know the size. Yeah, let's use that one. Then let's make this text to be centered. So say text center, right, so that it kind of appears here. I don't know what's wrong. Flex column. Yes, flex column, flex row. This one got me confused. Alright, so let me just convert this to a div. Just change this to a div so that it kind of centers like that. So it should center. Yeah, fine. So you can give this the color that you want. Maybe say text to Excel, make it bigger, and say font bold. Yep, that's up to you. So there you go. But anyway, I don't really need this stuff here, so I don't really need the border or all this. So I'm just going to remove that, and there you go. So now you have your login page looking something like this. So this is just something you can do. You can go ahead, play around with whatever that you want, and you should be good to go. So that's really up to you. So in case you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try my best and answer them. Don't be shy to like the video. So make sure you like the video in case you want to. All right, see you in the next video, guys.